funny.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but we're too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. I'm Dr. Kvitko. Thank you so much for joining me. This is episode number 508, and I'm going to bring him on the line in just a second, but on the phone on hold with us is Jeff Boisineau, author of the new book, The Playbook for Women, Your Guide to Football and Wine. All right, before we get started, let me remind you, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko, and if you would please go to my office Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. Also, all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com, and if you want to watch this show live, you can go to ustreamtv.com and type in either Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. All right, so as I mentioned, I have Jeff Boisineau on the line with me. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Doing great. Doing great. Real honor to be with you.
Thanks so much for being on the show today. We really appreciate it. Jeff is, let me tell you a little bit about Jeff. Jeff is the president and CEO of Boisineau International, the agency. It was formed in 2001. You combine over 20 years of securing sponsorship and media advertising sales experience with professional sports representation and offer athletes and entertainers a solid expertise in personal management along with private business assistance and development. You also, you've worked with a professional golfer and PGA Tour player David Frost, Italian fashion magnate Salvatore Ferragamo, and the NFL New York Jets star Victor Green, among others, right, Jeff?
Yeah, that'll start right. That'll work right there. That's a good base.
Okay, so now you have combined a passion for wine and marketing, and you've put them together in what you call the Playbook series, right?
Correct.
So tell me about
Yes,
that. Tell me about that.
Well, it was the idea came about. I was working with the telecast for professional golf, and met a player, David Frost, and consequently, subsequently, ended up inheriting his wine business. And make a long story short, I ended up meeting Victor Green and developing this new Playbook wine series, which actually features real plays from the professional football playbook and the college playbook on the labels, with a beautiful poem or soliloquy, if you want to call it that, and history of the team on the back label. And it was a very exciting thing. I'd been in the wine business for a while, handling other brands, Brunello, Castiglione Bosco, and Ferragamo, and Frost. But I wanted to branch out on our own and try something different. So this turned out to be a really big surprise because the fan base in professional football and sports is huge, and it's another way to have to bring in the women's side of the fan base, so that they have something to drink other than beer at the game, and it just fell into places. It's been terrific.
Awesome, and you've written a book which is due out in November, which would be next month, and it is called The Playbook for Women: Your Guide to Football and Wine, right?
Yes, sir. That's I was out at a chain restaurant, and we were putting the wine in a big chain across the country, and a young lady came up to me, one of the waitresses and the manager, and said, "We love your wine." And I said, "Wow, great! I'm happy. Do you like football?" And they said, "Oh, we love football. We don't even know anything about it." So I said, "Okay, this is an opportunity here." So I did a lot of research. I knew a lot to begin with, of course, but I did a lot of research, and there's stuff in this book that most men don't know. So, where do footballs come from? Who? By the way,
in Ohio.
Yes, right. And out of the 30 some odd people that make these footballs, I think there's only 2 men. It's all women, and they've been there for a long time. So
I'm trying to remember what's the town. It's around here somewhere.
Well,
North. What's the town
Say that
where they
again?
make
I'm sorry?
them? The Wilson Company. Where are they? In Ohio?
Yeah, outside of Akron.
Okay. And it's the only football-specific facility in the world. They're the only of the companies that make footballs. These guys are the only ones that just make footballs.
They make professional footballs, NFL balls, and they make 10,000 a month. It's anything that's not absolutely perfect goes to sale. Goes for sale in the retail shops, etc. Only the
They sell those as basketballs.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And you know it all. I tell you.
Hey, so now, I'm a dentist. We talked about that, and I want to give a little information about wine and your teeth. So just want people to know that there's a study that found wine eroded the enamel of teeth, and white wine had a worse impact than red wine. That's important because white wine is more acidic than red. So I think I even asked you. Oh, you knew the answer, Jeff. I think you knew the answer when I asked you the first time.
Oh, come on, doctor. Yeah, give me credit. I knew the answer, man.
See, most people would think I'm going to say what wine is worse for your teeth, and they're going to say red, thinking that it stains more.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The answer is really white because it is more acidic, and it eats away at the enamel and can do more damage. I do want to throw out that you can minimize the impact by having cheese along with it, because cheese has calcium in it, and it neutralizes the saliva and combats the acid damage from wine. Okay?
That's unbelievable. I didn't even know that.
So we're learning something. Okay. Yeah, so now this playbook, I was looking at it. I appreciate the advanced copy. I promise not to share it with anybody. But what I'm seeing is it starts off by pour yourself a glass of wine, a playbook wine, and sit back. So then you go about explaining the game to somebody that's a novice, and it's not all women that are novices. This could be a guy, maybe somebody new to the game, new to the country, whatever, or just a wife that's not really into the game but wants to understand a little more. And but you start by having them pour themselves a glass of wine. And I think that's funny because I'm thinking when you get to about page 14, it's not going to matter what the book says. Is that the plan?
Well, I want you to have a good time. The whole idea is we want to increase viewership in football, but at the same, and understanding the game, of course, that's the main reason I wrote the book. But obviously, 80% of the wine buyers are women, and I feel sorry for some of them because they really want to watch football with their partner or their friend,
right?
And they don't know. There's no guide to help them, and because there's a lot to this.
It's getting bigger, by the way, because women now make up about 50% of the NFL audience.
Right, but exactly. But this book, the book that I wrote, is to help the women understand things that most men don't know. There's a lot in there, that they don't know. So, including the black. I just got back from a big meeting in Seattle. I met with a major promotion company that is affiliated with the National Football League, Major League Baseball, the NBA, NCAA, and the NHL.
Wow.
And I met with all these people. They, obviously I can't say too much right now, but it looks like we're going to be working together. And the girls, I had 33 or 35 girls in this meeting and maybe 6 men, and nobody knew about the black hairband, which is in the book.
Oh, okay.
And the black hairband, of course, I'm sure you know, is the referee wears this wristband. It looks like a black hairband that a woman would use to put her hair up, and he moves that band over every down. So the first down is between his index finger and his middle finger, and the second down, et cetera. He moves it over, and the fourth down, he puts it around his wrist again and just clenches his fist, fourth down. There wasn't one person in that room that knew that.
Interesting.
So those are the things that I, that point out in the book, those kind of things that...
But it's also just the basic stuff, like how many players on each side of how many players are on the field at a time, and what the center does and what the quarterback does. So it's actually going to be a really good read, and I think a lot of women are going to want to buy this book. Where will it be available?
Everywhere books are sold.
Okay.
Everywhere books are sold. So you can get it online, you can get it on our website, you can get it on the Borders, anywhere books are sold. Okay.
And the name of it again is The Playbook for Women, Your Guide to Football and Wine.
Correct. And there's another one coming out behind that, but I'll save that for another show for you.
Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds cool. So yeah, and also we're going to give one of these books away as to the winner of Dr. Kvitko's question of the day, right?
Great.
And we're going to do that not right now, but pretty soon. So let me just remind folks, in maybe about a minute or two, we're going to be doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. And so if you want to pre-program into your phone, 614-459-9769. 614-459-9769. Then you'll be able to win. And we're going to have two prizes. One is going to be flowers from DeSantis Florist, and the other is going to be Jeff Boisineau's new book called The Playbook for Women, Your Guide to Football and Wine. Okay, but before we do that, hey, so Jeff, now tell me about, you've met some interesting people, all right? Of all of them, who did you find most interesting?
Well, I enjoy meeting everybody, but oddly enough, Bill Murray was very very different.
I thought you were going to say me.
Well, the way I met you is a story I'll never forget.
And probably never tell, right? Anyway.
Oh man, no, I love that story. Hey, I'm sitting in here in this Roman Catholic basilica, and I handle the donuts and take care of these people, and I make a lot of mistakes. Don't get me wrong, but for me to be standing where I was and have you come up to me was a sign that I need to be on the show.
Okay,
I thought it was great.
Tell me about Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray was a very, very interesting man. He's got a, if I use the term, he has a lot of je ne sais quoi. He's very hard. It's hard to describe what it is about him. And I met him at Pebble Beach the first time, and when we were playing in the tournament, I had some wine with me, and David Frost said to me, why don't you go give Bill a bottle of wine? I said, hey, great idea. And there were thousands of people standing around the putting green watching these celebrities at the Pebble Beach. And Bill's, he's a character. He dresses differently, but I've been watching him my whole life, So I went and got this bottle of wine, and I walk out there in the putting green. The putting green is very big, and I said, hey, Bill, it's for you, And he says, you got a corkscrew? I said, yeah, I got a corkscrew.
He's gonna drink it right there.
Yeah, he just puts his putter down, right? And I could hear people giggling, He puts his putter down and he starts opening the bottle of wine. So I'm thinking, we don't have any glasses, I'm looking around and what's he gonna do here, So he pulls the cork out and he just tips it up and takes a big guzzle of it, puts the cork back on, puts it in his back pocket, and goes back putting. So I said, where's mine? So he takes the cork off, hands me the bottle, so I take a sip. Now everybody's laughing, but I cracked a few jokes, privately with him, and he kind of looked at me like, oh, come on, Jeff, you can come up with something better than that, just a really interesting, cool guy with a lot of energy. I was amazed. I really was. I very enjoyed it very much.
That's cool. Hey, we're going to talk more about Playbook Wines, about your book, about all kinds of things in a little bit. But before we do, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. And before we do that, we want you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. One winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
All right, and the winner is going to receive a free floral arrangement from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. And another caller is going to win a free copy of Jeff's upcoming book, The Playbook for Women, Your Guide to Football and Wine. Okay, the number to call is 614... Oh, I'm sorry, I better give you the question, huh? All right. So, the question is, Jeff's book is a guide to football and wine for women. Which wine is worse for your teeth? Is it A, white, B, red, or C, they are both equally damaging? All right? And again, the winner's going to receive either the book or the flowers. The number to call is 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
You won't believe it though. I want to hear your mind. And there's nothing else in the world tonight. She said people don't take the time. Hey, people don't take the time.
Hi, I'm Keith Carlos, winner of America's Next Top Model and star of Chocolate City 2. Look for my smile on the big screen this summer, courtesy of Dr. Kvitko. Stay tuned to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and road show. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. And now we have 2 locations. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko, let's go!
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard. All right, we're back. We're doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. We have 4 callers on the line. We have Lisa, Hugh, Melissa, and Erica. And Jeff, I want you to pick 2 numbers between 1 and 4.
Okay. You want me to tell you what they are?
Yeah, pick 2 numbers between 1 and 4.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay, that's going to be Melissa and Lisa. So let's go to Melissa first. Hey, Melissa, do you have the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question?
Yes, I do. The white wine.
That's correct. Did you know that in advance?
No, I really did not.
So we all learned something today, right?
Yes.
Okay. Melissa, what do you do for a living?
I work at a school. I'm a teaching assistant in a multiple handicap classroom.
Oh, my goodness. I love what you do. Thank you for your service. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, stay on the line. We want to get the info. Oh, do you want the flowers or the book?
I would like the book.
Okay. You will get the book. And let's go to Lisa. Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Hi, good.
Good. Thanks for calling. You had the answer as well, right?
Yes, white.
White. And did you know that before we told you?
I did not.
All right. Hey, Jeff.
Guessed red.
Good. Well, I think everyone would have guessed red. So, Lisa, what do you do for a living?
I'm a medical technologist at Children's Hospital.
Okay, awesome. And now you know to have people avoid white wine if they're worried about their teeth, right?
Right. But I love white wine.
Oh, you know what? You can still have white wine. Just don't brush your teeth for 30 minutes after. Because you can wear
really?
It. Because we can see enamel a little bit, and you can brush a little bit off.
Okay. All right.
All right. So,
okay.
Hey, stay on the line, Lisa. We're going to get the information where to send those flowers, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. And Erica
Bye.
and Hugh, call back next week, okay? All right. So if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. I'm with Jeff Boisineau. Jeff Boisineau wrote a book called The Playbook for Women, Your Guide to Football and Wine. And he's going to give a copy of that to, I think that was Melissa. And then, yes. So, okay, Jeff, got some more questions for you. Are you with me?
I'm with you, buddy. Hey, you gotta eat. I didn't know that. You could eat, cheese helps you with white wine. And what did you say, brush your teeth?
Don't brush your teeth for at least 30 minutes after having a wine of any kind.
30 minutes?
30 minutes, because you have to have time for the enamel surface to kind of recover, for the saliva to bathe it and provide it with calcium and kind of lock up the surface there, which has been softened by the wine.
You don't mind me taking that information globally here, do you?
No, you can tell anybody.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, and so I want to talk about, you call it playbook wine, and when we first talked, I don't think I quite understood. This is like the chalkboard version of a play. So a whiteboard, I guess. I'm dating myself. It'd be a whiteboard. And so when the players and the coaches are plotting their plays, they draw out X's and O's. And so you have actual pictures of these X and O drawings on different wine series, right?
Oh yeah, these are all the actual formations. This isn't something we just drew up and made up. These are the real plays. An actual playbook is very thick and very condensed and has a ton of information in it. There's tons of ways to interpret these plays. 134Z Post is a new play we've just a past play from one of the top quarterbacks in the business in their playbook. But they get a lot more extensive than that, like one on Zip Toss 39 U Crack, Ride 35 Gut, Gun Empty Right 74 Shout Tosser. Everything's in the book on how to read the plays and the back labels, etc. So there's a lot to it in the way the offense sets up and the way the defense. I'll give you an example. An ace. If the quarterback says ace, one back, two tight ends, and two wide receivers. Posse is one back, one tight end, three wide receivers. A jumbo is two backs, three tight ends, etc.
Okay.
So a lot of this is in the book. I didn't want to get too crazy, but I definitely want them to know more than they thought they'd ever know.
Okay. So now, but each bottle of wine has its own play, and you have some famous plays, right? So you have the Hail Mary, or did you pair a certain wine with a certain play, like you would pair a certain wine with a meal?
Well, initially I was going to do the defensive plays white wine and the offensive plays red wine.
Right.
But what happened was I was at a tasting and I had several professional football players there. One of them was Darryl Talley, who played for the Buffalo Bills in the very famous game where they came back and they were down 38-3, I think, 35-3, and they ended up winning the game, beat the Houston Oilers. And Darryl was instrumental in that game because he went to the locker room at the halftime and he said, if we don't win this game, someone's going to get it. And so, they all took it serious. It was a different word than that, but they all took it serious, and they were, so they were terrified. So here I am, Doctor. I'm at this wine tasting, and I have 21 Blitz, which I made along with Victor Green. That's how we got into this format. Victor played for the Jets for 12 years, all 4 decades, strong safety. He also played for New England 1 year in New Orleans. And here we are, we got 21 Blitz, this beautiful Sauvignon Blanc from Napa, and these red wines. And Darryl pulls me aside and says, hey, Jeff, I got a question for you. And Darryl's about 6'6", 275, and he's trim, okay?
Uh-huh.
And he said to me, how come my wine's white wine and the other wine's red wine? I said, Darryl, it's not that. Don't take it like that. He said, no. White wine is for sissies. Red wine is the real stuff.
Really?
So I said, okay, we got to change this thing around here. So we just decided to run with the offensive plays on the red wine for now.
Okay.
And it turned out great. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Hey, we have to go to a break. When I come back, I want to have you tell everyone how they can go about accessing this wine, and also exactly when the book will be out and that sort of thing. So, hey, you're listening to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. On the phone with me is Jeff Boisineau, and we'll be right back.
You can't take me as I am, not just a little bit. I don't know who to be. I'm a paper cup, baby, of the sea. I know you see it too, 'cause you're too much for me.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su estación favorita.
Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigard from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
All right, we're back. I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. We have Jeff Boisineau on the phone with us. He's an interesting guy. He wrote a book. He has a beverage business. Knows a lot of NFL, NBA, PGA, you name it, players. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, I had I'm fortunate enough to know a lot of guys. It's fun.
That's neat. That's neat. So I want to make sure, how can people access your wine series? What do they look for? What kind of stores will they find it in? Is it online?
Right now, the first chain we'll probably be in is a Kroger chain. We were in them before, but that's going to be a little while. But at the moment, online, we can ship it right straight to your house. As long as there's about 3 states we can't ship into, Pennsylvania, Alabama, and there's one other state I don't recall. But you'll be able to get it. Just refining the website here, you'll be able to get it on the web, and then at playbookwines.com, and then we'll have a shipping company this is all they specialize in. Ship it right to you. But this new meeting I had in Seattle is very, very strong. It's with one of the top companies that handles Anheuser-Busch and Budweiser and everything, and we're going to partner with them and really get this thing out there. So it should be really fun.
Cool. So now tell me about you met Chuck Norris. I see a picture of you together. It's been scrolling on my video feed. Tell me about that.
Oh, that was a great day, man. He had a. I was with Salvatore Ferragamo. I represented him, of course, and his godfather's winery, Castiglione del Bosco, Bruno de Montalcino, and we were in Dallas, and we ended up going to Chuck Norris's black tie event, his dinner, and I had a lot of people there. 1,000 people. I mean, it was a lot, and. Chuck, I entered Enter the Dragon, but Bruce Lee was one of my favorite films. I love that movie. And I had an opportunity to have dinner with him, and we had hung out for a while and everything, and there's all these people that want to meet him. So after the dinner's over, right, Salvatore and I, we shook his hand. He's like, really glad you're here. And I said, hey, can I ask you a quick question? He goes, sure, man, anything, I said, what was Bruce Lee like? And he goes, oh, man, I got to tell you. And he gets us in a corner, and he starts telling us about how Bruce Lee wants him to eat pasta so he gets fatter in the movie, so Bruce Lee looks in better shape. And Chuck Norris says, oh, so you want me to lose? And Bruce says, yeah, you're going to lose. This is the way the film's going to go. And he's talking, and all of a sudden, we were in this little huddle, just the three of us, and it was fascinating, right? He's talking about, the shooting the movie and what Bruce was like. Oh, man, he was a great guy. And all of a sudden we look up and there's like 500 people looking at us like, what about us? I mean, aren't you going to pay attention to us? So Chuck was like, well, I got to go now, but it was a really cool deal. And I got to learn a lot about Bruce Lee and how they shot the film, and it was neat.
Wow, that's really cool. It's really cool. So now I do want to mention to Melissa, if she's still listening, that the book's not even out yet, so she's not going to get the book until about when?
Just right around Thanksgiving, but we'll take care of her.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that she doesn't wonder what happened, because it's just not available yet. Around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just before that. Yeah, it'll be out before then, and we'll make sure she's taken care of for sure.
So, hey, Jeff, thank you so much for being on the show. I only have 2 minutes left. Is there any parting thought that you can do in about 30 seconds, 40?
Well, I just it's an honor to be with you. It's a great show. You're a great guy. And I wish there were more Dr. Kvitkos around, in this country to help us all. But I'll just finish off with a slogan that John Madden taught me about, hanging in there and doing your best and staying persistent, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, and you work in the medical field or whatever. And I said, hey, what, John? What's the one secret to really to making it? And he says, you got to be persistent. And I said, yeah. And I said, well, what can I? You got anything you can tell me? He said, forget about the horse being blind, just load the wagon. So I never forgot that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's John. So anyway, I really appreciate it, Doctor. It's been a great honor.
And the same goes for me too, Jeff. Thank you so much for your time you put into being on the show. I really appreciate it. Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
I hope so. I'd love to. And we'll take care. We'll get your books off to you.
Okay, we'll stay in touch. Sounds good. All right, that's all the time we have today. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dr. Kvitko and visit my office Facebook page and like us. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Remember that all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. Be sure to tune in next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588, or send an email to speaking@thereasonswesmile.com.